Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and I love porters and stouts. So much, in fact, that I decided to tell you why I enjoy porters and stouts. I've been enjoying them not for very long, really. I've had beer throughout my entire adulthood, although I have to say that as a child, alcohol wasn't really taboo in our family, so it wasn't really a big deal for me once I went to college, I'm going to get blitzed every weekend. I never really did that. For me, it's about the flavor. And I was attracted to porters, whether I knew, okay, by the way, before I continue, I've had most of the bottle here, and I'll show you the label in just a second. I've been enjoying beers for years, but it was really when I had a Rogue Mocha Porter about a year or so ago when my wife Diana's mom, or my mother-in-law, was visiting. It really struck me as, this is the beer that I like. And it's kind of like when you first discover the kind of coffee that you enjoy. This was the first beer that I really, truly enjoyed from a flavor perspective. And I've, over the course of even the past year, started to look for porters and stouts wherever I go, because I know that I am generally going to enjoy the flavor, the texture, the complexity of a porter or a stout. Now, I also should say, this is really strong stuff. I mean, I'm not kidding. It's a Pike Extra Stout. I was going to tell you that the word stout is actually shortened from a stout porter. So it's effectively a double porter, which, by the way, porter originated in 18th century London. So good on ya, Londoners. The name, they don't really know where it came from, but it's possible that porters in London at the time enjoyed this type of dark beer, and so it got the label porter. So I don't care. I just enjoy it. And there's the first one. I'm going to try to show you a few of my favorites that I have in front of me. And there's so many to enjoy in the world. And I am just beginning to explore. And I just wanted to show you some of my favorites. I don't even know where you can get this stuff. I don't even know if you can get it to where you live. Not to where you live. That sounds weird. I don't know. Always enjoy responsibly. I am a 40-year-old man in a room full of Darth Vaders, because I enjoy Darth Vader. And by the way, there's an Imperial Stout out there, or at least one, that has Darth Vader on the label, and I haven't had it yet. I can't get it here in the Seattle area. In the Pacific Northwest's, I'm sorry, just there's one. If that sounded like I said Pacific Northwest's, it was really Pacific Northwest. We enjoy our beers as much as we enjoy our coffee, as much as we enjoy our wine. We love flavor here in Seattle. And to me, the beer that has the most flavor to this palate, it's the porter or the stout. And I've tried them all. Well, okay, not all beers. But I mean, I've tried all types of beers and settled ultimately on the porter or the stout. So to me, pulling a Pike Extra Stout out of the fridge tastes good cold, tastes better cool. And that's the thing with porters and stouts. You have to find the right temperature. It's not necessarily ice cold. In fact, if you like ice cold beer, you're probably not going to like porters and stouts directly out of the fridge. An Imperial Stout, and I've got one example that I'll get to next, which is another one of my favorites. I don't really have a top ranking system necessarily, but an Imperial Stout, okay, fine. Like this one of my favorites, the Old Rasputin Russian Imperial Stout, better enjoyed warmer, not necessarily hot, or maybe closer to room temperature, but still a little cool. And when you find the right temperature for the quote-unquote right beer, you will discover a flavor profile that you may better appreciate. So even if you've tried beer before, especially if it's just been swill or mostly water, you may appreciate trying something different. So hopefully this just gives you a better understanding as to why I enjoy porters and stouts. I love the Extra Stout because to me it packs a punch. This is a 7% alcohol. Yeah, it's pretty hefty, but it's the flavor that just gets me every time. And when I drink anything, whether it's coffee, and by the way, coffee is a great flavor profile that you will often find with porters or stouts. Also coconut, which I've not been a fan of, and for the reason just about every coconut porter or coconut flavored porter or infused porter that I've had to this point, it's been milky. in consistency, and I tend not to enjoy the milkier porters or stouts. It's just I like the bite of a stout or a porter more than probably anything. Chocolate is another flavor profile that combines very, very well. So if you enjoy chocolate and you want to have a beer, try a chocolate porter or a chocolate stout. And I think you're going to find yourself very, very satisfied. So there's one available from a Pike Place market or in the vicinity in the Seattle area, likely in your neck of the woods as well. And we have woods up here in the Pacific Northwest if you've seen us driving in the Pirillo vlog. Love the Russian Imperial Stout, specifically this one, although I have a feeling this would be supplanted by a Darth Vader or an Imperial Stout with Darth Vader on the label. I'm so looking forward to having one, and I haven't had one yet because you can see Darth Vader around the office. I've got a slight fascination. Another one that I happen to enjoy, especially on tap, is an Elysian Dragon's Tooth Stout. And it, much like this label, and by the way, this is not an endorsement for these labels. These are just ones that I've tried that I really, really enjoy, and no affiliation whatsoever. It's just I'm trying to give you some guidance, so if you happen to see these labels, it gives you potentially a good place to start, or at least now what I enjoy in terms of a porter or a stout. I love this one because, again, much like Dragon's Tooth, it's got bite, and I love that in any kind of thing that I eat or drink. I love bite. I love experiencing it, like just bam. But it's a bite that finishes smooth. It finishes smooth or smoothly. And every porter or stout that I'm showing you here pretty much fits that flavor profile, or at least the profile that hits my palate. Here's another one that I happen to enjoy. And by the way, this is not open. This is not open. This is not open. My original idea for doing this video was that I was going to go through all the beers in front of me, and I thought, that might be a little weird. Not like it hasn't been weird to this point. Hang on. I just love that. It's like a good cheese, bam! I love blue cheese, I love dark chocolate, I love espresso, and I love porters and stouts. That tells you where my palate sits. I just love those strong experiences in my mouth, and that's exactly what a good porter or a stout can deliver. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did 4 so far. I wanted to do 5, but the problem is I haven't really found a 5th one, at least that I have in front of me, that I enjoyed, that I enjoyed enough that I wanted to share with you in this particular video. So if you've made it this far into this video, thank you. It's congratulations. I appreciate all the support you've given me. This is what I need from you, and don't tell me you've had a Darth Vader Imperial Stout, because so help me, I will reach through the internet and grab that bottle from you because it belongs in my collection. Really, because I probably wouldn't even drink it. I need your recommendation. This came to me when I was thinking, okay, I've got these 4. What can I go for in terms of a 5th beer or a porter or a stout that I could demonstrate for you, or demonstrate? It's a liquid. There you go. It's a demonstration. Or show you. My wife, Diana, she suggested, well, why not make the 5th beer or porter or stout something that you recommended? So if you enjoy porters or stouts, let me know what you enjoy, because chances are I'm going to be able to find it up here in the Pacific Northwest, because we, as I said, I said, if I didn't say it, I thought it, or at least said it at some point in my life, we enjoy beers. Because, there's a lot to do up here, but let's face it. Coffee, beer, wine. I don't know what that says about Seattle, really. It's not to wax philosophic for a second, but, there's a lot to do up here, but we apparently love to drink. So, you make the recommendation for number 5, and if I can get a hold of that, I absolutely will give it a shot. And I probably will not be doing another beer video at any point in the near future in this channel, but I will likely be featuring the picks that you guys suggest in future Pirillo vlogs, which of course I do upload to this channel. I'm not an aficionado. I would not know the beginning or end of how to enjoy beers, just like I don't know how to enjoy wine. I just know what I enjoy. I know what I like. I know what this tongue says, and it says it loves porters and stouts. So you should too. Well, okay, you shouldn't. I mean, maybe you might. I mean, you might, too. Salud.